Now, Ariana and I were adamant we were not going to raise a prima donna. Whenever she'd cry, we'd say, I'm definitely not going in. You can if you want. One night it was late and her screaming was serious. The sleep deprivation had made me delirious. As she cried and she cried, I had a headache that was gnarly. No goodnight moon, no twinkle twinkle. The savior was Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing. Those steel drums and that beat, you could almost smell the Jamaican breeze. And before the song was over, Ella was cutting some glorious Z's. She had finally found comfort in an island singer with natty dreads. The family dynamic improving as we could finally get some sleep in our beds. For babies, they recommend Mozart, Beethoven, even Bach. But this kid of mine clearly digs the classics of old school reggae rock. As an infant, Ella loved The City Life by Stroller or Bjorn. It was the Upper West Side JCC where her swim journey was born. Early Sunday mornings, we frolicked in that relaxing warm water. A fun-loving father and his adoring baby daughter. Ella got really excited for that class. She always loved our time in the pool. And among those nerdy Jew dads, she had the one that was cool. Right? Am I right?
Stand up! Yeah! Stand up. Woo! Yeah!
We played motorboat, chased rubber duckies, and sang Wheels on the Bus. And as long as I held her tight, she never made much of a fuss. But I'm a competitive guy who always likes to push the limit. One day I let her go just to see if she could swim it. A big daddy faux pas, she was nowhere near ready. She sank like a stone, completely unsteady. She cried and she cried, I left the class in disgrace. No one seemed sympathetic to that oopsie on my face. I immediately wondered, was our perfect relationship broken? Or did I really do her a favor? Because I had a thought while she was choking. She may not have known it then, but the wheels had started turning. A true competitor was born that day, while her baby lungs were burning. Now, Ella was always a happy young kid with a big toothy grin, lovely curls, puppy dog eyes, and that delicious brown skin. A bit shy and quiet, she was clearly introverted, until that fateful day in '07 when her life was completely inverted. While everyone else was convinced that it had to be a boy, out popped baby Zoe, a sisterly bundle of joy. Ella was ecstatic. She always wanted a little sis, but her life would never be the same from that very first kiss. Zoe was boisterous, never shy, even a little bit pushy. And if Ella didn't follow her orders, she got a smack hard on the tushy. But from the day Ella was born, she was the perfect older sibling. Always helpful, never jealous, with hardly any amount of quibbling. And as they got older, Zoe actually helped pull Ella from her shell. This sisterly dynamic continues to work quite well. Their love for each other is deep, their bond incredibly tight. If given their way, they'd sleep together every single night. And even though over the years they've begged for a little brother, the most fun they ever have is when they're playing with each other. In 2010, we moved to Westport, and Ella joined the local swim team. 7 years later, she won't let go of her 2024 Olympic pipe dream. She swims backstroke, the freestyle, and her favorite, the butterfly. Only 50s and 100 meters, though. Anything longer, and she might die. Tessa, Bailey, am I right? No 200s. Won't do them. At first, I had my doubts, but now I love everything the sport has done. No idea how she swims all those laps, but she still manages to have lots of fun. For the kids, the meets can be tough when they don't achieve a personal best. They walk back with half a smile when everyone knows they're likely depressed. But Ella is calm, even-keeled, keeps her competitive nerves at bay, as long as someone on the team brought a salty tub of edamame. Where all this swimming will take her, I don't really know. But for now, we just love to watch and cheer, "Go, Ella, go!" At a hotel gym, I saw a quote from Viking legend Greg LeMond. I liked it so much I texted Ella just to see how she'd respond. And even though it was about biking, I was excited to run it past her. Lamont said it never gets any easier, you just get a little faster. Words to live by and remember, especially when you're in a pinch, whether an obstacle you face in life or you're racing against Megan Lynch. Swimming has given her an education that she could never have learned in school. The value of teamwork, discipline, dedication, those lessons were learned in the pool. As Ella has grown older, she's developed into a remarkable young lady, always plays by the rules, never cheats, wouldn't dare do anything shady. A wonderful sense of humor, easygoing, looks just like her mama. And while she may be officially a teen, she's rarely the source of drama. She's smart, creative, respectful, completely selfless and sweet, willing to try almost anything, and man, can this chick eat. Ella's a creature of habit. About this you may not know. She loves Chinese food, fresh sushi, and of course, a Chipotle burrito. Always makes a list, saves everything, and possibly a bit of a hoarder. Not quite sure where she gets it, this obsessive-compulsive disorder. Now, Ella has a deep love of reading and always seeks a new book. She loves travel, dogs, photography, and she really likes to cook. Movies and TV on an iPad or a phone. The Office, Blackish, Modern Family, with a friend or even alone. But one thing about Ella is an absolute fanatic. And when I say this to you, I cannot be more emphatic. The Hunger Games obsession extends from the movies to the books. Any bad word about Katniss, and you get one of these looks. District 12, Court of Quell, Peter or Finnick, who's braver? And how many times do we have to hear, may the odds be ever in your favor? I would hope that by now, got Ella, you pretty much get the gist. But the last thing I want to describe is Ella, the budding feminist. I'm not exactly sure when it started, all this mature self-awareness, but there is no doubt that Ella believes in complete and utter fairness. Whether it's race, religion, body shape, or gender, Ella is the unyielding, unequivocal equality defender. She deeply cares about equal rights. She deeply cares about equal rights, both human and civil, and she's clearly able to separate the truth from all the drivel. Ella has an inner fierceness that cannot always be seen. But trust me when I tell you this, and she's only just 13. She went to the Women's March on Washington after the election. Clearly not happy at all with the country's new direction. And the minute she got home, when her trip was finally done, she asked, "Daddy, what else can I protest? Because that was really fun." Now, I support standing up for your rights, provided it doesn't go too far. I don't want anyone marching in my driveway demanding a brand new car. All this dissent, this compassion, her staunch views about women, I often wonder, is this what she thinks about whenever she's off swimming? Or perhaps it was those Marley songs from those early sleepless nights. Get up stand up for your rights. Regardless of how it all happened, she's socially aware and mentally strong, whether due to nature or nurture or a catchy reggae song. But if I might, I'd like to get a bit serious now, just before I end. Some wisdom to pass to my daughter is all that I intend. So Ella, while we are talking, let me offer you some free advice. Talk less. Smile more. Don't let them know what you're against, so much you're for. That was a joke. So Ella, please always stay kind, be passionate, a supportive and loyal friend. Always be true to yourself and never feel the need to pretend. To be something you're not or choose a path just simply to follow a trend. Dare to be different, be bold, be comfortable in your skin. Speak up, be confident, and remember to always lean in. Zig when they are zagging, buy low and always sell high. Be skeptical, challenge consensus, and always ask them why. Life will deal you good and bad with no guarantee to be fair, but in the end, your family and friends are the ones that will always be there. So go take chances, face your fears, because success you are bound to meet, and your biggest fan will always be there in my usual poolside seat. Front row to watch your journey as you blossom and reach for the sky. No one is more proud of you, Ella, than Zoe, your mother, and I. We love you to the moon and back, but before we cut any serious rug, please come on over here and give your daddy a great thank you. One.